So we have a couple of new LG grams, a 16 and a 17, but what's different about these is they're not standard LG grams. Instead, they're LG Gram Pros. And what that means is the opportunity to have RTX graphics in something incredibly thin and light. So this thing is coming in around 1,200 grams, which is like 2.5 pounds, which is quite a bit lighter than what you're used to seeing in a 16-inch laptop with RTX graphics. There's also a 17-inch version, which you might be thinking, well, 17-inch laptops, those things are big, bulky, and heavy. This one also, as the name implies, is not. Let's start out by opening up the 16-inch. Fairly understated unboxing experience. Now you still have Intel graphics, you just have the option there for RTX 3050, and it just shocks you every time you interact with a Gram product, how they are able to make a laptop this big, with a display size this big, this thin and light. So we have this matte black finish, fairly understated branding, just Gram lowercase in the center of the lid. Looking around the device, couple of USB-A ports on the right-hand side and an analog audio jack for your headphones. On the other side, we have 2 Type-C connectors, and we've also got a full-size HDMI that's still there. So here is the power adapter. That's a 90-watt fast charger and fairly portable as well. Oh, the lid is so light as well. Very simple and minimalist design in this matte black finish. Large trackpad in the center. Chiclet style keyboard. They have found a way to get the number pad in there as well. And we can also see the GeForce RTX sticker. Let's do a comparison to the 17-inch. And I am glad that the 17-inch exists because there aren't as many 17-inch laptops to choose from anymore. This one actually identifies our specs on the packaging. Core Ultra 7 155H, 17-inch WQXGA IPS LCD. There are some OLED options for displays as well. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage. As these laptops get larger, like as you hold the 17, it feels even thinner. Part of that is because it's spanning a larger scale, so it seems like a harder thing to achieve. It feels crazy thin and light in your hands, obviously. Same, easy to lift. It may actually be even more satisfying here. Hang on. Yeah, this bottom portion slides slightly, this one not at all. Both satisfying. So, quick comparison between the two. Trackpads look to be identical, obviously. Keyboard slightly different, more space specifically for the number pad side of the keyboard deck. Same charger, same unboxing experience, different display size, different specification in our case, and obviously a slightly different keyboard layout. So let's go ahead and boot up the 16 first.
Every soldier needs a cause.
Oh. Oh God, we meant he died at the exact same moment. Oh, let's go. All right, so look, it's an extremely thin and light laptop, and I'm not gonna expect it to perform exactly like a gaming laptop, but I was surprised that I was able to do a little bit of gaming in there. I mean, at least you've got that RTX. I think the RTX in here, though, is more targeted at production work and just giving you a little extra bump over exclusively integrated graphics. So this is still primarily about thin, light, ultra portability and flexibility in display options and display sizes. Now let's go ahead and check in with the rest of the team and see what they can do with the new LG Gram Pro. All right, so what we have here is a typical work environment, couple of desks and a variety of devices, and obviously a number of different people collaborating in a teamwork style of environment. Over there on the floor on that cinder block is a prop. Well, in this case, it's kind of a funny one because it's from the Boring Company and it's the burnt hair perfume, which just arrived. I haven't smelled it yet. So what we're gonna do in this scenario, Will is gonna walk over to it, snap a quick photo for social media posting. This is something that's typical for us. Sends it over to Mo, who is on Windows, and he's gonna be using LG Gram Link. It goes from Android to Windows, and then eventually it's gonna land here on this iPad, which of course is iOS. It's to showcase how LG Gram Link can move media files, or any files for that matter, in an environment where you have multiple people working and multiple devices on different platforms. One file has been added, beautiful. So I could just load up X here, I could grab my photo. I don't even know, this is kind of self-explanatory. I might not even need a caption. I don't think I need a caption. Look at this, I'm actually gonna post it. There we go, boom. Sending post. So here we have, in a matter of moments, cross-platform sharing, this one file, Android to Windows, and then to iOS. And this works in the exact same fashion on up to 10 devices. So you could have a team of 10 people within one click, essentially. You can distribute that single file to the entire group. He's on Android, this is iOS. So inside of LG Gram Link, there are actually some AI features as well. When you bring your photo library or any folder with photos in it, it'll run AI in order to determine what's in those photos to help you categorize or find a particular image that you're looking for. So as you can see, it took that folder and it created a few different categories based on what's in that folder. Sports, skyline, sea, dog, food. And so if I select, for example, dog, it found a couple shots of dogs in that folder. And food, obviously we've got a strawberry and a sandwich. And this is especially useful for huge folders with maybe even thousands of images in it. You can imagine if you're some sort of a graphic designer, or even like us making thumbnails, maybe you have certain elements and assets that you want to quickly look for, and file names can be a little bit annoying. It's very similar to the experience you have on your phone when you're looking for the face of a certain person in a certain photo. So if you're used to that, that's essentially what's happening here. It's just on your Windows desktop via LG Gram Link. So the next thing we have on here is something called LG Glance, and you can see this overlay, which you don't have to have on screen. I have it there to help showcase how this operates. It is looking for me in front of the screen, and my face is represented by that circle. You can see if I get closer or further, it knows that I'm the central user of this laptop, and therefore it's showcasing my video and I'm using it as I normally would without issue. But if someone decides to get sneaky, you're in a public place, you're at a coffee shop, you're on public transit, you're on an airplane, and somebody tries to peer in on what you're looking at, it will actually pause the video and blur the screen. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Will, try to look at what I'm looking at. Boom, see you later. Now I go, whoa, privacy guard, and I notice what's going on, and I turn over my shoulder and I say, hey there, bud, back off a little bit. Or I mean, I think probably when the person that's looking sees it get blurry like that, I got found out. So LG opted for the Intel Core Ultra processors with NPU, and this is gonna aid in battery performance management, heavy tasks like video editing or gaming. It's going to be able to interpret your usage and then make those adjustments to battery performance in order to lengthen that battery life. So there you have it. That's the new LG Gram Pro in 16-inch and 17-inch. Let me know which form factor you would prefer in the comments below, and also which display option you would go for. Would you choose the OLED display at 120 Hertz, or would you look at the anti-glare instead up to 144 Hertz? It's good to have options. I'm just curious what most people would go for. Obviously, there's a different cost associated with each specification as well. It's just crazy how light they're able to get these things.